And welcome back to Intern TV, continuation of Season 2, back here on Neumann Media at Neumann University. We are so excited to be back. It's been about 2 months, a little bit of a lull period, but we got the energy, and we were excited to be back broadcasting Intern TV, talking internships, talking fun, talking everything with all of you. I'm Matt Dopp. We're going to be joined, as always, Jeff Wilson and Andrew Golden. They're back. But first, we hope we all had a nice holiday season, a nice break, and we can't wait to bring you more episodes. So without ado, we got to bring our co-host back in again. We got Jeff Wilson.
Matt Dopp, how we doing? Love the glasses.
Oh, hey,
Look
thank
good.
you.
Look good.
Yeah, and Andrew Golden. Andrew Golden has an internship. How about that?
Let's go. Yeah, I was able to land one with LaSalle in the compliance department, so that's pretty big.
Sounds pretty big.
I'll say it's me branching out because I've never done anything other than facilities, so we're going to see how it goes.
Hey,
That's
you know
good.
what? Life starts when you feel uncomfortable and you take that first step. That's
Hey.
faith.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt. Let's sell it. Intern TV. No, anyway, you have a good break? Everything go good for you?
Well, let's just address the elephant in the room.
Oh, okay.
Fantasy football.
Uh,
We're all in the league, and there's only one winner.
Here he goes.
I mean, it was a Mickey Mouse
Here he
championship.
goes.
I mean, I am your champion.
No,
Here he
I mean,
goes.
he's our champion, but it was, you roll a dice 10 times, even or odds, where it lands. That's who won the championship. And I mean, it was a Mickey Mouse
It was
championship.
a fluke season.
I had a trade to get great players, a fair trade. They blocked it, they voided it. 2
Who
weeks.
played me in the championship?
I played him in the championship. I lost on a
That's why it's a
last-second
Mickey Mouse
touchdown, yeah.
league.
But anyway,
Hey,
I mean, congrats to you.
Thank you.
But you know what? You're the winner. You know who else is a winner?
Who?
We have a great guest named Taylor Schwant coming on, who she's done some fantastic internships, so we might as well bring her
let's
in.
get her going.
bring
So
her
hey
in.
Taylor, how you doing? Yeah, no, great to have you. So I know that you're a senior here at Neumann, you're a sport management major, and that so far you've done an internship with CCM in operations, you've done another one with Choice Sports Cards. So take us on a little bit of an intellectual journey. Tell us what you did there, how you got them, and hey, we'll go from there. Can't wait to hear what you have to say.
So before I got to Neumann, I was actually at another school, Chatham University, and then I transferred after my freshman year. And I was a different major at Chatham, but then once I transferred to Neumann, I got into sport management. I hadn't had an internship yet or anything like that. And starting with the intro class, it was a really big deal. Like, I realized it was a really big deal to get an internship, and I was like, oh, geez, I have to, hop on that. And I knew I wanted to work in hockey since I play hockey. That's like one of the areas I really wanted to be in. So fortunately for me, I was actually talking to one of my former coaches, and she said, hey, we were recently just bought out by CCM. We're CCM Custom Uniforms now, and we're looking to bring in some more people or like an intern. Do you want to come in? And I was like, absolutely. So that's kind of how I got the position there.
So working in the same field but at two different companies, what are some of the similarities you saw in both companies and that you were able to use in both companies?
I was pretty much like the same position. I was operations intern, like business operations for both companies. And just some of the similarities were mostly within like the aspects of closeness and it being a small business, because Choice was already a small business, and CCM, even though it's a large hockey manufacturing company, the custom uniforms department is just a small sector of that. So just kind of like the close-knit, like the easy communication between like small groups of people, that's like the biggest thing I noticed. And also just like the general, like how important like timeliness is and getting everything done on time. Like I was sending through orders for jerseys at CCM, and then at Choice I was doing proofs for sports cards, so I had to get those out on like a certain time as well. So just like timeliness and time management, all that's kind of important in both sectors.
So I think one of the big topics that I don't know that we really touch on all too much, what was it like that very first day entering that internship? I know for me personally, my first day of an internship, it's always filled with, nerves, but also excitement. You don't really know what exactly you're walking into. Could you just kind of take us through your first day with either CCM or Choice, either one you want to talk about? Just what was that first day kind of like? What were the thoughts going through your head as you're walking into the office?
So CCM, it was a little easier because we were a very small office. On staff, all times, there was only 3 of us in there, which was our manager, who was also doubled as a graphic designer, another graphic designer, and me. And then our 2 owners live in North Carolina. So honestly, it wasn't that intimidating coming into it, especially since I knew the manager beforehand and everyone was really friendly. We all got to obviously be in close quarters, always got to get to know each other pretty quickly. But like for Choice, it was a little different because I didn't know anyone going into there beforehand. So I had to make sure I was always on top of my game and bringing the best of the table. Not that I didn't have to do that in my other internship, but definitely like I didn't go in knowing people. So I always had to make sure I was making like that really good impression and keeping on that like good impression as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Taylor, something that caught my ear from hearing you talk is you mentioned that with CCM that it was a newly bought out company. So it wasn't nothing like they obviously had a foundation of what they were, but it was new bought. So did you have a lot of, I guess, input in how that company was going to run, like being such a small office? Did you get to kind of throw some ideas in there and have some power as to the direction of the company was going to go?
Not really. I didn't really have a lot of decision-making power. I was just the intern. I kind of did whatever they wanted me to do. I had specific set jobs like making up jersey uniform orders and taking care of shipments and keeping track of the company CRM. So not really in that aspect. It happened a couple months, like the merger happened a couple months before. So they were already kind of well established in what they were doing. And I think a lot of that was discussed beforehand.
So you, sorry, but you stated earlier that when you got to Neumann, you knew how important these internships were and you had to get started on them right away. Who was kind of like the person you reached out to and connected with to get yourself internships, whether it be an advisor, the Future Planning Center? Who was the person you went after to help you with getting this internship?
Dr. Lanzillo really kind of started me off with all this. She actually had sent me something about something at Villanova, and with some of like the other stuff I had going on in my schedule, I applied. I got the internship, but I decided to turn it down. But I knew at that point, I said, okay, like I kind of know what I'm doing now. I know what an interview is going to be like more so. I understand like more so like what's going to be important on my resume, kind of stuff like that, and how to look, where to look, and that's a lot of that's thanks to Dr. Lanzillo for helping me out there.
So one of the points you just brought up there was, knowing what an interview is like and kind of knowing what to expect. Could you kind of touch on any, practice that you use now as you enter an interview? Like, how do you get yourself prepared for that?
I just think about some of like the questions I've heard in the past that I know are kind of common because I know a lot of them are pretty repetitive. Like, tell me about yourself. Where do you see yourself in how many years? Kind of things like that. And I kind of think about like run through like what I would say hypothetically in my head, and I like to do like visualization, like kind of imagining myself walking into that company, shaking the person's hand, like, hi, how you doing? I'm Taylor, nice to meet you. Kind of things like that, like a lot of visualization, a lot of thinking and going back and kind of playing it out in my head.
Cool. Now, Taylor, I know you mentioned hockey, and I know you play hockey here, and I'm going to bring it up before you do to take the shot at me. Your high school team beat my high school team in the Flyers Cup state championship. We're not going to talk about it. I didn't really play. I was a glue guy.
Can I just bring up the
Go
fact?
Go ahead.
Can I just bring up the fact that you're just getting bodied on this episode? I beat you in fantasy. She beat you in state championship.
That is the second place I took today,
But go ahead, continue. Sorry.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
But I got cool glasses.
You do have
That's all
cool
that matters.
glasses.
That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
appreciate
Cool
it.
glasses.
Yeah. No free plugs. I'm not saying who they are. But so, me being me, I like benefits with a company. You said how you played hockey. So CCM being a hockey company, did you get any like maybe free swag, maybe a free stick here or there, anything cool you get like that there?
Unfortunately, I did not, but I got to see a lot of really cool jerseys. I got to I actually got to deal with a couple professionals, like former Flyer Simone Gagne was ordering jerseys for a camp, so I got to do the order forms. That was pretty cool, and kind of got to see the process with the jersey design and what that was going to look like. And my manager actually got to talk to him on the phone, and I was there to see that, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, he scored a pretty big goal for the Flyers. 4-3 in the Garden.
I do recall.
Come back.
I do
3-0.
recall.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we were in 5th grade then.
I believe that was 2010.
Yeah, now look at us.
11 years later.
On my face
Here
now.
we go.
Taylor, another question I have for you is that I know you're totally different gears here with Choice Sports Cards. You interned with them over the summer. Now, obviously, we don't like to hammer COVID, working in it because everyone's working in it. But so jobs are coming out now. People are starting to get hired again. What was that? What was the interview process like for you during that? Was it on Zoom? Did you have an in-person there? Like, how was that whole thing going through?
So I actually started in February. So I had my interview in the end of February, and I was going through in like the beginning of March. So that internship was kind of like a spring and summer internship. They wanted someone in there as soon as possible to help out, and they also wanted to make sure we were going to get enough hours. But then once COVID happened, they were like, well, we have to shut down the office and you guys have to leave. And I didn't hear anything back I had gone in for maybe like 3 or 4 shifts. And then I come back in, I think it was beginning of June or end of May. I forget exactly when it was, but then I completed the rest of the summer out.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Sounds like you had to be quick on your feet. So hopefully you're going to be quick on your feet here as we get to our favorite segment, Quick Six.
Quick Six.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have 6 questions. We're going to fire them. Hope you can answer them quick. Jeffrey.
If you had to pick any number between 100 and 211, what would it be?
149.
It's a good one. That's right off the top.
What was the favorite Christmas gift you got?
My new glove. Goalie glove.
Probably still can't catch one of my shots.
Probably not, no.
Fire.
If you could be a wizard, what would your spell name be?
Okay.
My spell name?
Yes, like like abracadabra.
Oh, like Kazam. I don't know.
Kazam.
It needs a little work, but it works.
Take it.
The question's answered.
If it's a powerful enough spell, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that is true.
It is. Yeah, it's true. If you could remove any color from the rainbow and then replace it with another color, what would that new color be?
Not that much of a fan of yellow. Maybe
Okay,
replace
so
it
we're
with
taking yellow
like
out.
another like blue, like a light blue, since it's my favorite color.
All right. Okay.
Solid. So if Elon Musk came to you and says he has this new technology that he wants to try out on you, then you have the choice to either spend a month 200 feet in the air or 200 feet in the ground. Which one are you choosing?
200 feet in the air.
Solid.
I feel like 200 feet in the ground would be like buried alive.
I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you. I'm
Might
gonna
be
give
warmer
you.
down there though.
That's fair.
Oh, are we done? All
I'm
right.
sorry.
I mean, you got another one.
I'll give you a layup here. You could. What is your favorite candy?
Skittles.
I
Okay.
like Skittles. Wait. Follow-up question. Like the original Skittles or like the tropical ones?
The original.
Okay, that's fair.
Lime or apple green?
Green apple.
Ooh,
Or apple green, as you said.
it's 2.0.
I like the sour Skittles.
Of course you do.
Those
They
are
Look
do.
good.
like
They
a
used to-
sour Skittle.
They were a great time. I did enjoy a nice sour Skittle.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Yeah,
Give her a
anyway.
little-
Hey,
give
Terry,
her-
you know what? Good
that was
job.
a quick
good
8.
quick six.
That was a quick 8.
It
Yeah.
might have been a quick 8. I don't know. It was 1, 2. Yeah.
It was 8.
I can't count them.
I can, and it was 8.
Stuff
I
on
can't
the
count
internet.
either.
Don't do math. Anyway, hey Taylor, that was a really good for you. You know what? Our quick sixes have been getting a lot less quick ever since season 1, but we appreciate it. So last one before we let you go, something you brought up was how you changed schools actually, and this is something that we've talked to some people who have changed their major, and if you had like personal issues, don't gotta bring them up, but what was some people a lot go through this issue of I'm at my school, I don't like it, I might want to transfer. I guess, what was kind of maybe your experience about that? I may just say, hey, I'm going to go from here, and then I'm going to go to Neumann. I guess anything that can help someone out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open about stuff. Like, I was going through a really hard time my freshman year. I wasn't doing well in a lot of aspects, especially like mental health. A lot of like pretty traumatic things had happened kind of outside of school that affected me badly, and then stuff just wasn't kind of as I thought it was going to be. I was kind of misled into going to that school thinking things were going to be different than they actually were. So that was like the big thing to transfer. And I guess like my biggest thing of advice is at least give it like that shot, like give it that chance, like that 1 year, or if it's like too bad, like a semester, because there's nothing wrong with transferring. There's nothing wrong with starting over. Nothing to be ashamed of, because you need to go somewhere where you're going to be happy, and I wanted to be closer to home. I wanted to have more opportunities, and I also just kind of wanted to change my major. And Neumann had like all that for me, so I was like, you know what, really good opportunity. I'm gonna take it, and I'm so much happier than I was my freshman year.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with transferring. Don't worry too much about where you start out, because if it's not where you end up, oh well, because you'll still be successful in your own right.
I love that. I love that.
That was beautiful. You know what? That's a story chain right there.
That's a
I've
story
never
chain.
seen one.
You got to throw on the story chain. Is it in there?
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there.
It's in
Gotta
there.
throw it on.
Go ahead,
Throw
throw
it
it on.
on.
You
Throw
gotta
on the
have it
chain.
after
Throw it
that.
on.
Ah.
Come on.
Nah.
All right, hold on, I got it.
Story chain.
Story chain. Story chain.
There it
Hey.
is.
There we go.
There it
Bling
is.
bling.
Bling bling.
Bling, bling.
Matt Dopp with bling bling and swag in this episode.
Bling bling and swag. Yeah.
He's hip.
Welcome to the return of season 2.
You can only imagine what YouTube videos I was watching over break
Oh,
at 3
jeez.
a.m.
Probably
Bling,
listening
bling.
to some Brother
You
Meech.
should have been asleep.
Yeah, I
Brother
should have been
Meech.
sleeping.
Brother Meech.
All right.
For kids, 9 a.m. bedtime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Taylor, to hop off that list, that was a beautiful story. Like I said, for me and everyone here, we are very happy that you ended up coming here, and we're glad to hear that you're happy and that with sport management, you've turned it around. You've had those great internships. So we can't thank you enough for coming, and we can't wish you enough luck, the rest of the semester and going on into your career. So thank you for coming, and we can't wait to see what you do, because we know you're going to have an awesome career. So appreciate it. We'll give you another round of applause for that. It's awesome, and we want to say thank you to all of our fans. Welcome back to Intern TV. We can't wait to be talking to you every week again. Thank you, Jeff, for coming.
Thank you, Matthew, for having me.
Appreciate it. Great questions.
Thank you.
As always.
Thank you.
Andrew, thank you for everything you do. You're great
Listen,
at
I
it.
know I embarrassed you, but thanks for letting me sit next to you, I guess.
It was an honor. 6 feet as always. Takes all of us. COVID's still a thing. Mask up, be safe, and we will see you next week for another episode of Intern TV.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.